Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Slay the Princess, a game which still claims to be a love story, and also lots of horror. It's been a while. I kind of just ran out of time to play this, haven't had a good opportunity. Here in the back of my mind, it's been in the back of my mind, and I've been like, it's been a couple weeks. I should get back to that. I didn't realize it had been like almost 2 months, but here we are. Okay, 6 weeks. I've refreshed myself on what happened last time, but just as a bit of a recap. We saved the princess. Yeah, her. We refused to kill her. We generated the smitten personality within ourselves. We continued to refuse to slay her. And eventually we took a what did the game call her? Like a pristine damsel or something? There was an achievement. The achievements have interesting names, by the way. An idealized vessel, bring the deconstructed damsel to her. So we did that, and in the process learned like, hey, once you sort of get to an end, once you bring a new vessel to her at the end, you can't make those choices again. Like that route gets blocked off. So I was like, okay, I'm curious. So I'm going down the exact same route and just like pretty immediately hit a dead end where the option's grayed out, and we can't do that. So if we continue, yikes, it's been a while. I don't want to talk about it. So she chopped or like chewed through her own arm to escape because I didn't bring the dagger. And then I warned her that the narrator is trying to force me to slay the princess. And there was an option for warn the princess, but it was literally grayed out. I couldn't choose it. And so I see that that's literally not even here anymore. So welcome back to Slay the Princess. I guess we're going to slay the princess, who we just promised to her face that we weren't going to slay. So I'm sure the consequences of this action are going to be interesting.
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there?
Uh-oh.
A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
Uh-oh.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm.
Uh-oh.
But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness. Dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry. But it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
All right, yeah, well, it's still the same game that I remember. So we betrayed her. We said, I promise I'm here to free you. Let's get out of here. I didn't even bring a weapon. I'm not going to stab you. The weapon showed up, and then we tried to kill her. So she's going to have been betrayed once already by us. This is not going to go well. The Witch, Chapter 2. Yeah, I'm curious about who our personality is.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I'm real curious about who's coming with us on this journey.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh. So this is a new one. So what do we got? I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, it hasn't started to happen. So like a lot of these are the same, but I think it's just it's an opportunity for the various personalities with us to respond. On top of, the hero and the narrator. So yeah, let's just go down the list.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
That is incorrect.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I love that the hero is always in on this with us, and like the hero always is remembering what happened. I think that's great. It's very good.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
The opportunist, because we have we lulled her into a false sense of security and then tried to strike. Didn't work out for us, but I guess we generated the opportunist. All right.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Have we had the opportunist before? I don't remember.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
I don't think we've had the opportunist before. This is exciting. I like this guy. Okay, so that kind of is what I guess any and all of those options would have led to, but we have this one right here. This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened. Oh, that's happened before. All right, well.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
I like going through all these every time, just because I like hearing what everyone has to say, Assume I'm telling the truth. And let's assume that all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Yeah, I have learned that our actions do indeed have consequences.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Just wait, hero. You have no idea. Just wait until we get in there.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
Let's talk a little more about this princess first.
Just be quick about it.
She killed me last time around. How can I make sure it doesn't happen again? She killed me by ripping me to pieces. Don't get me wrong. I hated it. But how can someone like that end the world? Yeah, she just kind of like tore me apart. To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. Why was she able to rip me apart with her bare hands? Who locked her in the basement? What is this place? All good questions. You said she was just a princess, narrator. So why was she able to rip me apart with her bare hands?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Okay, she killed me. How do I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I was hoping we'd get more from the opportunist, but that's not happening. That's alright. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why does it have to be me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Good point. That really explains almost everything. I'm not so sure about that. You know, you're right, but it explains almost everything.
Alright, what else aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide? He seems like a nice guy to me. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really stop wasting time chatting amongst yourselves in the woods. So if we could move this along?
Alright,
Great.
let's do it.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
So I don't know what to expect. I don't know if we're going to try to save her or not, or how this is going to go at all. But there should be a mirror. I mean, definitely not. Definitely no mirror. I wonder what the cabin's going to be like. Is it the same cabin, or is it a different cabin? Same cabin.
Warning, before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
I'm so curious about what the opportunist is going to do when we get in there.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't want to take the blade. The whole cabin's different from last time. That's true.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
I mean, you know I'm going to touch the mirror every time, right? You know I'm going to go over there and just put my hand on the wall and there's no mirror.
There's definitely a mirror.
I'm going to do that every time.
But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
I trust my eyes. Why would he lie about there not being a mirror? What's the point? I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. That's true.
Oh, I'm sure we look great. If only there was some sort of reflective surface we could examine. Absolute shame there isn't anything like that around here. You do see it, right? I don't know how to read you.
Alright, I'm enjoying the opportunist more and more.
I see all sorts of things. But do you see the mirror? It's a simple yes or no question. Help me out here, will you? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Get it? I'd be preening myself because I'm some weird bird person. I want to know what I am. I'm wondering if we're going to find that out ever in this game. But also, it's like, I guess it's like seeing the horror movie in a monster. Oh, jeez. It's like seeing the monster in like some spooky horror movie, right? It's way scarier when you don't see it. As soon as you do see it, it's usually like, oh, I'm not scared anymore. Yeah, that's it. But, yeah, we're gonna look at the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone.
Oh, do we take the blade or not? She's gonna try to kill us when we get down there. I don't know that there's much we can do about that either way. Let's not take the blade. Let's just go down.
No blade. Leaving it behind didn't work out so well for us last time.
Yeah, let's give it another shot, though.
It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
I have no idea what I'm doing this time. Oh, jeez.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Oh, man. Oh, we messed her up real bad when we betrayed her. Oh, no.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Oh, I don't think we say anything. I think we just march down there. Let's go see what's going on.
Silence, I see. Don't think I've forgotten about you. I recognized the sound of your nervous little footsteps as soon as they came into my home. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Maybe she'll forgive us?
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Yeah, I'm with the opportunist on this one. Let's just not slay her because we don't have a weapon again. And also, let's not die, please.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Yeah, I'm with him. Yeah.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Yeah, I agree with the hero on that one too.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
She's like a weird creature. She's got like claws and fur and a tail. That's kind of cool.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
She has gone feral after what we did to her last time. Uh-oh.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
Oh, the opportunist.
Is it all behind us?
I don't think it's all behind us. I think it's right in front of us. I think we have to deal with it directly now.
Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Yeah, I like middle ground. I like it when we don't die and don't have to murder a princess.
Don't talk to her. You're just going...
Well,
Oops.
I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Just gonna make things more difficult for yourself, something like that. What did he say? Can we... More difficult than they have to be, okay. I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes. I get the sense that you're not happy with me. I'm unarmed. That's a gesture of goodwill, so why don't we talk it out? Yeah, we were unarmed last time too, though, I think. I died last time. You didn't. If anyone... Well, we don't know that. If anyone here shouldn't be trusted, it's you. Don't like that approach. Look, I know things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up. She's not going to go for that. Can't you get out of those on your own? Those chains didn't stop you last time. You should shoot her arm off last time, though. Why do I have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here? I don't trust you, not enough to free you. And definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Leave her here. Ooh. Ooh. That's interesting. I just want to apologize. We don't even have a weapon, so I can't, like, slay her immediately, but I do want to try to apologize.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
I do get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
So we're at an impasse. Neither of us is going to get anywhere if we can't trust each other, unless you want to fight, but I don't want to fight. Like, we did literally... I mean, I guess we didn't stab her in the back. We stabbed her in the front, but we did betray her last time, so I would not be shocked if she wants to betray us this time. I died last time and you didn't. If anyone here... let's just go down the line. Let's just say all the things, I guess.
You were the one who tried to kill me when my back was turned. You were the one who started all of this. Only a poor loser twists their own failures around on the winner.
Okay, there's bigger things here. Let's team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust it, but...
Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
I mean, she gets out and we don't die. That seems to benefit both of us. Why do I get this nagging feeling that you're going to stab me in the back if I help you get out of here?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, Letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
I don't know if I believe that, but I want to believe.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally... See? He
Oops.
gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
I gotta stop bumping the mouse when I'm doing this. I just gotta like take my hands off when they're talking. She might not literally do that. She could very well symbolically do the same thing. Okay. Nothing wrong with looking out for number one. Yeah. And I don't have the knife, so I have no way of like freeing her, right? Or the blade, I guess. See, like this is I don't like this because I know how she got out last time, and it was not good.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Okay. Let's leave. We did it. We saved the princess. This is not going to go well, but let's do it.
Yes, let's.
She's going to kill me. She's going to get us from behind, right?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
You're the one it lets come and go? Who's it? What is it? What does that mean? What does that mean? I want to know what that means. Wait, what do you mean by that?
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
No, see, like, we literally, like, we betrayed her the first time, so we kind of have to, like, we're the ones that have to rebuild the trust, right? Like, it's got to start with us.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here.
Oh, you sweet summer child. you poor naive hero. I like what you're thinking, but... Ooh, this is rough.
Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her.
No, but like we literally do have to trust her. That's kind of the whole point of this exercise.
Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time.
Yes, thank you.
You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
I mean, I want to click it and just see what she says, but let's just do it. Let's just step onto the stairs.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like.
Oh, are we gonna like grab the blade when we get to the top, or is she? She doesn't need it, but oh,
You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous.
I agree with the hero on this one.
I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach.
I like how the narrator just cut him off and it's just like, no, we're progressing. Like, you've chosen this path. Here we go. That was great.
Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
Oh, you spoke too soon, hero.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up.
Well, it was worth a try.
Wait, why won't we be getting up?
Look at those claws. Look at those fingernails. What am I?
I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Yeah, I'm with the opportunist on that one. That sounds like that probably is awful.
We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that?
I don't know. Probably for the same reason that we just betrayed her the first time.
It's what I would have done.
Yeah, see?
Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive.
You're 0 for 2 on keeping us alive, though.
And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
We could have gotten out of here if we just trusted each other. So I can't get up. You broke my back. What the hell was that for? I was trying to help you out of here. Getting angry at her seems like it's not going to help. We were never going to get up those stairs, were we? I mean, it was pretty obvious, but I don't know. Saying nothing also seems like a bad idea.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back.
Well, there's always next time, right?
There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first.
Yeah, that 100% would have happened.
Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it?
It really was. Sorry. You had good intentions, but it was never going to work out.
The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Yeah, she's kind of messed up too. That arm is probably not supposed to be going in that direction. This is not good.
Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Y'all, I'm not getting a great feeling about chapter 3 here. This is this is not great. This is not great.
Is that really what's going to happen now? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
The narrator, he took off. He abandoned us. Ooh.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape.
Yeah, it's because the narrator's gone.
I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Whoa! There's no chapter 3? We're done? What? Okay, we're done. You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It is time to leave. Memory returns. All right, well, Opportunist, it was fun traveling with you, as brief as it was.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I know you're scared. You don't know what comes next, but I do.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's gonna be okay, just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared, yeah.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Yeah, it kind of is.
If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Finally! We're going places.
We sure are. We sure are. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The decay. You've withered. What does that mean? I'm also noticing that my weird clawed hand with the feathers, question mark? Whatever's going on here does not match what's in the mirror. That's fascinating. Do I have a different perception of myself? Like, is the mirror showing me what I actually am and not how I want to see myself? I have so many questions, y'all. I have so many questions. Alright, we're at the long quiet. Once again. We know where to find her. We're at the cabin. There she is.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. I think that's the heart of the contradiction. I think that's it. The contradictions don't exist, but here she is. How can you stand to be a contradiction? Doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? I'm still planning to kill you when we're done with this. You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind? Have you figured out what you'll want when we've finished? That's a good one. Do you still not care what I bring you next? How many more vessels do I need to bring you? Or let's move on.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Oh. Is that what the mirror is showing me? All the ugly parts of myself that I don't like, that I don't want to look at. It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Oh, man. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. That's... I don't know what that says about me either. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or the other on the matter. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me, I hate it, and I think I hate you, or just be silent. Ooh. Ooh. It seems so distant once we get through it. It seems awful at the moment, but then here, I don't know.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
What do you think about this vessel?
This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart.
That's an interesting perspective. So, like, not as naive as the damsel who we actually rescued. Huh.
Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you want when this is all finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, my awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of self-knowledge.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences. You have your responsibilities, and I have mine.
I am so curious about what's going to happen when we finish this. So you have no preferences on how you'd like to change and grow. I think we've asked a bunch of these before, but we're, it's been a while, so I'm going through them all anyway.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to contemplate the gifts you bring me.
How many more do you need?
We will know when we near our destination. If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. I will regret destroying you if that is what we come to. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I forgot how abrupt that is. Oh, I love it. Everything goes dark. And we die. An untrusting vessel. Bring the witch to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, so here's the plan for this one. The very, 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 very first run that we did, I made the mistake of talking to her. I clumsily attempted to kill her. She destroyed us. There was like the goddess who we somehow managed to wound before she killed us in chapter 2. And then chapter 3, everything was wrong and horrible, and I left and it reset the timeline. I kind of want to go through that again and just see like what the actual end point of that is.
You're here to slay her. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
Yeah.
She will lie. We're not going to go. Ignore him.
In we go. We've done this before. We've been here before.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I love the way the cursor changes as we go through all this. I know I've said that before, but it's just such a neat, tiny little detail.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
I forgot how the first chapter goes. Like, I forgot how spooky she is.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hello, I think I'm here. I don't remember exactly what options we chose to get there, but we're just gonna wing it. I'm assuming it's all gonna work out. Talking to her at all is a bad idea, so let's make some bad choices here.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
It's a bad idea.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Oh, here we go.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh no, I forgot she does this. Hero, no. Squint at the princess while holding the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back.
Alright, that was worthwhile.
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Okay, well, you know what? Yeah, I kind of want to keep squinting.
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Alright, let's slay her.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A
Yo,
blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
that's new. Okay, alright, well, so much for this plan.
Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Die or finish the job. Let's finish the job.
With the last
Ooh.
bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Alright, well, that went off the rails very quickly. Maybe I should have actually looked at the series of choices I made last time. Whoopsies. Well, here we go. Regardless.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The razor. Oh, what's gonna happen now?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright, who's with us? What's our new personality? What do we got?
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
stabbed to death. Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't.
Okay, well, we've definitely had the cheated before.
But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
I don't remember her having a knife. I thought she, like, tore us apart, but I don't know. Or I thought she beat us to death, like, with her hands. Maybe that was another run. I don't know. Again, it's been a while. I feel kind of bad.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Alright, let's head in.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Well, here we go. Let's go touch
The
the mirror.
interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
This cabin is cool. This is, like, terrifying.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand, but it was there a second.
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Oh, the poor cheated. Alright, let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
See, I don't like that, but let's go see what's going on down there.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Is she, like, sharpening a knife or something? Is that what the rhythmic scraping of metal is?
That's right. Scraping. I told you she has something. I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice. Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
This is a cool basement. She's not really chained to a wall. I mean, I guess she's chained to the side wall, but not like there's no back wall.
I wonder if she remembers us.
Oh, she definitely does.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
If I come close to you, you're gonna stab me, aren't you? Do you remember what happened last time? I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it. Ooh. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now. Can we just talk things through? I don't have the key. We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do that again. Look, I know that you're mad at me, but I think we both just need to let bygones be bygones. It's so bad. What happened after you died last time? I mean, she's back here. What if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world, and you slashed my throat last time. Nobody has to die. Okay, what are you going to do if I let you out? Fine, I'm coming closer to free you. Better not try anything and get closer. Or just turn and leave, or screw it, and then slay the princess. Choices. Drop the knife and I'll let you out of here.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
See, not helping.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Prove that you don't have a knife.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you. But I don't have one, so I can't.
She has a good point.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
She seems like way too into the whole stabbing to death thing, you know?
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
You said practically, though. But if you're just hiding it somewhere secret, if I come close to you, you're just gonna stab me, are you?
What? No, I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
Uh-huh.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
Yeah, I'm with the cheated on this one.
She certainly feels threatening.
Yeah, this feels creepy.
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Nah, we're gonna keep getting stuck in the head. That is just... We're going through all this. What if you're just hiding your stabbing implement somewhere secret?
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret. Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
I don't have the key.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her?
At least a couple more times.
We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, then we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Can we just talk through this one?
But we don't have anything to talk through. We're strangers and this place is cramped and annoying and you should just come over here and let me out.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Yeah, we're gonna keep doing it. I want to trust you, but like you're being very suspicious right now.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little Birdface thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. Thinks he can tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason. Okay, I'm bored now.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit.
Oh!
In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
That made me jump. She called me Birdface. I was really hung up on that. Apparently I am a Birdface. That's exciting. I like more hints about what I am. This is not going to go well for us, is it? This is going to go super not well.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do?
We have to stab her. We have to.
At least we're safe here. She's still in chains.
Oh, you are so overly optimistic.
And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm.
Yeah, she's really into stabbing. And that includes herself, as we have clearly seen.
Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it you do. But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched.
Oh no.
You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defence. She's even better at this than she was last time. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well. The arms race. Alright. Let's see what happens this
You're
time.
on a path in the woods. No,
Does-
fuck that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? I feel dizzy.
What? Wait, what? I didn't mean to click. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and can I click? Can I have you read that again? Oh. Bummer. The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal, pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? It's just a mirror.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Do we have another voice with us, or is it just me, the hero, the cheetah, and the narrator?
The circle's getting smaller.
The hunted.
And smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Well, that answers that question.
What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing.
We have the hunted and the broken? How many of us are there?
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right, that's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it.
That's what's happening, is I'm clicking when interjections are happening, and it's skipping the thing. That's happened a couple times. Not all of them. Alright, I guess we're taking the blade. What about the mirror?
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp. That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
And what if we never do?
So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
Yeah, I just see the mirror.
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
I feel kind of bad and kind of annoyed by the broken, but also like it is just kind of funny to have the broken back again. Welcome back. You're miserable and you hopefully don't really get much of a say in any of this, but we'll see what happens.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. It was never there. Just an illusion. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom. Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Look at how sharp her dress is.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again.
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival. Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once. Nothing bad has come of it yet.
See, I agree with both of those. It would be great for a win, but also, like, we don't know what the consequences are. I mean, we know what the ultimate well, I don't know what's going to happen when we awaken her. But presumably at the end of this, we're going to send another vessel to her. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if we can fail at that. I guess we're going to find out.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
Well, she got another one.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
And there is no escape. Oh, jeez.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Oh, no. We're fighting her, obviously. We're going to appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk. See, that's not going to work. This is easy. I'm going to try flirting with her. Oh, that would be... That's not going to work, but I'm kind of curious about what's going to happen. But we have the broken, so it's not going to go well, but I would be curious about that. She has swords for arms and we don't. We're panicking. We're going to fight her. We're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't... Let's see, that's not true. It's going to hurt like hell, I'm sure. She has double blade arms. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. All of these ideas suck. Let's think up something better, please. We're going to die thinking up ideas, but... At least we'll die the way we lived.
Yeah, that's right. We just have to think. There's probably an answer if we think.
No, we're dead, aren't we?
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
You don't have time to finish your thought. In a moment, she's across the room, blades flashing in the dim starlight. She skewers you. Ow. What a surprise. Yeah, we don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us.
Yo, the skeptic, welcome aboard.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
Uh-oh, we broke it. Oh no, we broke everything, didn't we?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead. Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
Well, I mean, I don't know what other ideas we've got.
As long as we keep moving. Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
Come on, show me something new.
Okay, plan now.
This is like going to be the way out, right? Like we have to just end it ourselves, but let's panic. It doesn't work and she kills you again and again and again and again. Oh, I guess we don't have a lot of options. All right. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Just panic. Flee.
Okay, that's the paranoid.
She skewers you.
It's just the narrator.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
She has so many blades. She has just like more and more and more blades coming out of her arms every time. That's wild.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
Oh, Smitten, it's good to have you back.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way, so stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Her teeth are getting mighty sharp, and was her hair always that sharp? Is that her hair? I don't know what's going on. She's just turning into like a blade monster.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
Opportunist, you're back.
She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, we made it out. Why? There's a chapter 4.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
All right, I am kind of enjoying the cheated.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window?
I like the contrarian. We gotta figure out how to get you in the party.
Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore. Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Oh, it's good to have the Smitten back. He is quite the comic relief.
I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
I mean, it feels kind of good to put the narrator in his place, you know?
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
I love how sharp everything is.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Is it just more blades? Are you like all blades now?
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now. Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
See, I don't want to hear it. It's going to be bad. It's going to chop us up into lots of tiny pieces.
Really? Okay then.
Here we go, now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
She's just all blades. She's just only blades. That's it. That's all that's left of her. Just a bunch of blades.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Alright, well. We have a goal now. We have a target.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine.
Oh, it's good to have you back.
Yes, behold the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive?
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up.
She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Oh, this is wild.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Yo, we're just in the basement, like the Chapter 1 basement. We can get rid of him, too? Okay.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Is she just going to be seized as a new vessel? Are we just done? No. You do not act, and yet through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you are already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again. You and her entering a rhythm, free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides, back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Water and steel. Master yourself and vanquish a sharp foe. That's the achievement we just got. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. Huh. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It is time for you to leave. Memory returns. They're gone. I mastered myself. I kicked all the voices out. What am I? Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. The remains. You've unraveled. Huh. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Well, we know where she is. She's always at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we are real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Oh, okay, we'll get to that one. What are your thoughts on the vessel?
This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart.
That's cool. I like that every time we talk to her about the vessel, we're getting like the two sides of it, right? Single-minded and cruel, but there was a tremendous amount of joy in what she was doing, which is cruel and bad and wrong, but like there's a positive aspect to it in some view, from some perspective.
Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
I was not expecting the weird blade skeleton monster princess. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No. The point of awakening is to find out.
Oh, that makes sense. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No. Their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I'm not sure. I don't know if the narrator is just another part of me, or if the narrator is actually some other entity. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. Oh, did the narrator... Is the narrator what seized me when I turned and walked back when I left the woods that one time? We're gonna have to do that again at some point. He leaves in advance of the mirror. Yeah, I think the narrator's another entity. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. I don't think she cares about answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. Interesting.
It's nice to be with someone whose thoughts I can never know as mine.
How many more vessels are there?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you? She doesn't care. That's her gift unto us as we get to choose. Remember, she just told us that. If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here. Ooh, interesting. I bet it's just going to, like, kick us out of the game again.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn. You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
No, there's no waiting forever. Let's go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die.